Hello friends, I am Renuka. Thanks for stopping by. Today is the unboxing of my monthly hero art kit. This time they have this pumpkin sunflower and it's kind of fall theme, Thanksgiving theme, and they have this kind of natural trim around it. You can use it for making tags or decorating the cards. And this is kind of the plastic. This is not the, I thought first of all it's natural, but it's kind of plastic. And so we have all these ink cubes, and there are a couple of layering stamps. So this time when I saw this kit, I thought the sunflowers gone a little bit smaller, but now I can see that those are pretty big, and sorry for that. So they have all the details here, that how you can stamp this, the step 1 for the next one, that how you can layer this, third step, and the final step to get the this look. Hero Arts is always famous for their layering stamps, and they have it's not a kit, but they kind of having lots of small kits, which are not my monthly kits but small kits, which is kind of having this layering things, the koi fish, the peacock, and but this is really nice thing because in $34 you get a nice one. So they have this pumpkin, 2 pumpkins, and both of them having dies. Then sunflower, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of sunflower with those standing leaves and the branch of it. So you have that die also. I'm just cutting these dies and seeing that how they're gonna match. And this is, I think, yeah, this one is like for the big pumpkin top, and then this one is kind of figuring out where it's gonna go. And they have more 2 stamps, so I think there are 8 stamps, and basically you will get 3 layering stamps there, the big pumpkin, the small pumpkin, and the sunflower, and these wine leaves. You will get some nice brass charms here with a nice paper. So let's see. So wow, these are the nice pumpkin color, orange color vellum paper, 2 sheets of those, and nice 2 handmade sheets, kind of a little bit of texture in it. I don't know camera catches it or not. And then these colors for layering the basically the sunflower and the pumpkin, and these charms. So I'll little bit speed up the process. You get 3 sunflowers and 2 leaves. I'll stamp all these things with the help of Misty, because it is really easy to line up in that way. And I'm going to use these inks. At the same time, I'm gonna need some green inks, so I use them from my stash. If you have distress oxide or distress inks, you can use those, or any pigment ink will work really well with this one. So let's start the stamping, at least one of each image. So for this stamping, I use 2 kind of papers. One is Simran of watercolor paper, and another is the Spectrum Nori specialty paper, but you can use the inner solar white paper also. Now I'm kind of layering the first layer here, and it's really easy to layering all the things. The big sunflower having a little notch at the bottom, so you can stamp that where that stem gonna go inside the flower. So you can see that at the first impression I didn't get the nice one with those pigment inks, but I will keep doing that. And for when I use this distress inks with it, I spritz little bit of water, and that water kind of soak with the water paper, and ultimately the end result gonna look nice. And here are the trial and error basis, that how you can want those colors on them, because they have the little bit guideline, but still you can change this flower. You don't have to make sunflower each time. You can make layers of red or green or everything, anything that the flower look like a zinnia flower. And it's a kind of a little bit long process to stamp it. I speed up it really fast but still it took me a little longer time to make all those stamps, and some stamps are didn't stamp properly cause just cause of the ink or whatever it is, but end result is really awesome, that how I want them. And I just want to try them, the two colors, the two inks, different inks, so that I'll get idea that how that gonna look like before I starting my own project with this stamp. And you can follow that 1 2 3 and 4 backside layering things with it. This is my, I think, first layering stamp, but it's really easy to line up, and with the Misty it's become easy because I can stamp the same image twice if I didn't get a proper result. But if you don't have Misty, still you can do this. Just make sure that your stamping is more perfect and clear, and your ink gonna really absorb in that paper. So I hope that makes sense, and you can see that now it's coming in alive, that how they're gonna look all together. And you can use different coloring techniques for this. You can use the Tombow markers, you can use the Zig Clean color markers, and you can use the watercolor also, and I'll show you different things in upcoming project if time permits me. And now I decided to kind of die cut all of these to show you. And this is that small die which I can't figure it out first of all, and this is for that bumblebee, and it's between that sunflower, so I didn't get that properly. So after die cut out, you will get these images, and these are quite a nice one. Some of them leaves are die cut out in between, so you get a nice look. Here you can see that difference between the watercolor image, water paper I use, and this one is the specialty papers. It's the Spectrum Nori paper for the markers, and you can use the Nina Solar also, so you will get a different effect. I saw this on Jennifer McGuire's video. She used the 2 watercolor papers, so go ahead and check it out, that video also. And now you can see that you can line up all the things together to have that beautiful background, and you can create a lots of cards with it. Now this is that small die which came, that called that small p here. So now it's time to share the ideas and how I'm gonna use this kit. So basically you can add much more details with the Spectrum. I have Spectrum Nori alcohol markers as well as Spectrum Aqua markers, so you can use those, or you can use Tombow markers to get these kind of shading and enhance more of that image. Now and this paper, you can see that I have this white line, so I can add this little bit of color to get more depth in little bit of contrast, and I'm choosing little bit darker shade than whatever I stamp with the color, so I get little bit of shadow there, and at the same time it's gonna cover all those white area if you don't like, and it will give a nice dimension. The same way on the watercolor paper, you can add watercolor pencils or the pigment pencils, or at the same time you can add the different kind of mediums over it, like sparkly glitters and shimmers. And now for this die, I don't know, but it's kind of giving me that white area all around it. It's kind of little bit more than I thought, so I just smudged little bit of marker there, and then little bit of I'm rubbing a little bit of kind of smudging little bit of color, pushing that color outside. So now you can see that how you can get a great depth and more realistic image, or you can say the more intense image with that. Now sometimes your stamp didn't stamp properly. At that time also you can have this kind of different kind of markers, whatever you have in hand, and you can just trace those images. Don't throw them, and you can get a great result with that, or you can add more color like the darker shades of those. Now this is how that gonna stamp. Now let's talk a little about the greetings. So you have lots of greetings with us here, and there's like I'm grateful, autumn greeting, you are crown, you grows, hello, and yep, and sunshine and flowers, and one and a symbol is also there. So sending you sunshine, sending you flowers, or sending you sunshine and flowers, you can mix match them. Sending you like hello sunshine, hello flower, you can mix and match those all the stuff together. And there is one leaf also, that leaf you can put there on this pumpkin. I didn't stamp that, but there is one leaf with lighter and darker 2 color shades there, means 2 stamps there, so you will get the 3D effect with that. So this is all about stamp. Now how you can use this. Now let's talk about the different ideas. I'm planning to make some cards. I don't know when I'm going started with this kit, but I would love to share lots of ideas today is what I have in mind, and maybe when I make card I will share more ideas with you. So let's jump into idea. Simple card is like, you don't have to cut this, put the one layer thing, just stamp all the things. You don't need to have the misty. There is a one notch here that each time you have to match for stamping these flowers here. And for this pumpkin also there is one little bit of notch kind of thing here. And this bigger pumpkin is kind of very simple. Leaves are kind of very simple to all put together. So you can make a simple one layer card with it. You can dark it out and make a bunch of flowers and make kind of trail with it and stamp a sentiment there, like putting these flowers together. Or you can make all these flowers and make a bunch of flowers at the corner of the, I just took one, okay, the white card base, so you'll get it. So you can put a bunch of flowers around it and just stamp sentiment here. You can do the same things of same thing. You can put the small and bigger pumpkins all together at the bottom of one side of it, and you can stamp your greeting here. And you can do this in the one layer or the simple layer, nothing big. You can make that shaker card also, like putting the whole window as a shaker card and create a nice sky blue or yellow color background, distressed background, and then put these flowers on acetate and put some sequence inside it, so it make a shaker card. Make sure to see the link below where I am kind of giving the playlist where the fall cards are there. Lots of fall cards are there, so you can use those techniques for this kit also if you want to start right now. So you'll get ton of ideas there. Again, you can do that. You can die cut from this and inlay this flower inside, so you will get a flat card. Another thing about the placements, like you can put this big here, big pumpkin here, 2 here, and then just put a thank you, die cut out or something like that. And I just decided to add a little bit more to this kit, like the papers and background things. I'll show you those on the ongoing thing. And you can do the same thing with these vellum papers here. You can directly stamp the flowers on it directly using the red color ink and more dark shader of orange color, and you will get the nice beautiful vellum flowers. And for this one you can use the white vellum and you can just color it with the different color ink. Those inks I'm putting together. I have a couple of more Hero Art inks here. Now you don't have to stick with the traditional colors. You can make those flowers in the different colors. If you have the Hero Art subscription, you may have the same inset that I have had with me. So you can use these combination, like this pink, purple, blue for making the flowers here. And if you don't have 3 shades, you can always add the white pigment ink to just a little bit lower down your shade. I will show you that technique also in the upcoming videos. Another technique is you can use to create the backgrounds with it. So these are the nice simple veins. You can just stamp these and these with the VersaFine ink and clear emboss them, and or you can color them with a very light color, so that give a nice muted background with it. You can do with all these images, like this big flowers and this pumpkins also. So it gonna get a really kind of a subtle look to background to it. And you can use these green leaves also for the background. Another thing you can do with the die is you can dry emboss the thing. So you have the one layer card, but you still get the 3D effect. So what you do for that, you just stamp your image. If this is the card, I'll just stamp my image and then I'll put the same die cut out, but rather than cutting it with the card panel, I'll just pass through it like for the embossing one, and you will get the dry embossing technique there. You can do the same way masking also by using those dies. Now you have this sunflower die here, and you can use this sunflower die and this leaf, the branch leaf die for the stencil also. Like you have to just cut out this from the big card stock and then just put this and sponge this. You will have a little bit nicer flower things going on around there. And you don't have to put every time the flower stencil in. You can put these flowers and put them in a very light orange color, and then you can stamp on these small pumpkins, or you can just just put little bit of foam tape behind them and you can pop all those small pumpkins on there, so that also give a different kind of look to your card. And I'm planning to do that also. And another thing you can do with this is you can create a pumpkin field, or you can create a sunflower field. So lots of pumpkins and lots of sunflowers are going there. You can create that. You can create a handmade card for these pumpkins, and I'm going to show you that also, that how you can just by cutting and weaving the papers you can create that look and put those pumpkins on it. And by the way along, I'll add more little bit of like the products to it, so that we'll get more creative with this card kit. I'm planning to use some embossing folders also with this kit. Planning to use this VR Memory Keepers 3D folder, which having the weaving basket background, as well as this Darcy's embossing folder, which having this fall leaf and little bit of squirrel background. And these are quite a nice one and not so pricey. I'll link those when I use these products. At the same time, I will love to use the distress inks, because sometimes you didn't get a nice effect with this pink pigment ink, but you can go ahead and try whatever you have with you and you are comfortable with it, so you will get that thing too. And now for these stamps also, you can basically you can just stamp all these layers, like the big layers. Like for this pumpkin you can stamp this layer, and in that way you will get a really nice shape and idea that what you want to do. Or you can stamp this layer and then you can color them, so you can use those as a coloring also. And for this one I'll suggest to stamp this image, and the flower one is a little bit tricky, but I suggest to go ahead and stamp a little bit lighter shade of flower with the main image, and then go ahead with the kind of taking little bit of ideas that how these flowers are going their leaves all together, and then add little bit more color all around it to get a more kind of realistic effect or more fuller effect for those flower petals and leaves. Same way for this, you can stamp those leaves just as a creating background, and then you can add little bit of color to make them like they are full. So you don't have to stamp each time that full leaf, so you will get that kind of, you can create that kind of background too for all this card. At the same time, I'm planning to use some lawn fawn or paper smooches, small fall leaf or big leaf, whatever I have, I don't remember, so I can use that. And last year's Simon Says kit is awesome. They're having the really awesome sentiment with that. You can use those sentiment with this kit also. And again, you can create lots of background with the like the stripe. You can use the washi tapes and create a stripe backgrounds with all the fall colors within it. And for this planning to make some pop-up cards too, where you can open the card, you will get a row of pop-up pumpkins or row of these flowers. That is also gonna awesome, and you can combine both of them also, creating background with some hills. And there are lots of ideas in my mind as always, and I'm trying to figure it out that which idea I gonna use in all those flowers. And another idea is like you don't have to make the all the things in the fall color or themes. You can use these two stamps, like stamps like a flower one, the middle of the flower, and then you can use these green leaves and to create a small flowery background all over it. And they have some complement the small bees also. I love them. And it's a kind of cute one. And yep, and you can also stamp this stamp and emboss this. So for that technique, what you want to do is you can just stamp all these big flowers with the VersaFine ink on the card. And for that particular card, I'll suggest you to go ahead with the orange or yellow card and then clear emboss that thing. And then after that you can add a darker shade like the brown, black or the blue one in the contrast of the orange or the purple one, and you will get a nice different kind of pop-up kind of flowers there. And you can add these on with the foam dots, like die cut out these again or fuzzy cut out this, because we don't have dye for this, I don't know. So you can yeah, we don't have dye for this, so you can just fuzzy cut out them and pop them on the flower. So that also give a nice and kind of a very different and dreamy look, and you can use any colors for that. And if you want to save the time, then don't stamp on the white color, just go ahead to choose your background. Like for the leaves, go ahead and choose the lighter shade of green, for the orange, for this flower, orange or yellow for the flowers. So, and for pumpkin also. So you kind of saving your time, at the same time you will not get this white border all around it, and your coloring is looking more kind of colored one, like more filler one. You don't have any white spots there, so it's easy. And at that technique you can skip in between image also if you want to. Like for this pumpkin you can you don't have to stamp this image like the first one, because you already have that orange color with you. You can directly stamp these two and you will get a nice big pumpkin. Same for the other two stamps also. That gonna really work nice for this leaves also. You can directly stamp with the olive green color with the lighter green shade of paper, and you'll get the nice leaves. And you can create the width along it, and you can put a kind of a small pumpkin or a couple of pumpkins there, and you can put your sentiments inside that width. So yeah, possibilities are kind of endless there. Or you can inlay all these small leaf backgrounds inside, die cut out it and then inlay it, and it's gonna give a really nice effect. So for that you can use directly colored cardstock, or you can color it with the lighter color like the yellow or orange, or like lighter orange, or like sky blue color. And or you can get a gradation color, gradually darker color, and then you can cut out those leaf and put those inside like the inlay all over it, and just put a thank you. That cards also look nice. And for these leaf also you can do the same technique, and it will give a really nice flower. And you can use these leaves directly with these two inside of the flower base to create a small flower, and that also gonna look nice, because these are quite a proportion. It's not too big that it not gonna take and look not nice together, but they're gonna look nice together. So you can do that. Other thing I really want to add in this kit is the any sunray stencil. I just bought this, never use this, but you can put main sunflower here in front of that sun rays, and you can send all those sun rays all around, or you can create the 3 flowers with the wick card. And sending you sunshine and flowers gonna really make the difference, and it's gonna look really nice on it. And when this kind of pattern paper coloring, I will not use more pattern paper in this. Maybe I'll use a little bit for decorating all around, but I'll try to make it really using the plain colors here, because the images are quite a big one in the proportion of A2 card. At the same time you have lots of scope for coloring and embellishing your images. And if you feel that these sentiments are a little bit smaller, I suggest you to go ahead with the thank you set that came in the Samuel's last month kit, last September kit. That was awesome. If I have those, so I can show you. Okay, I'll show you the next thing with this kit is you can pile up these pumpkins one another, like 2 of the pumpkins, because it's not gonna take much there. You can put this, pile up this, and kind of make one on each, and kind of balancing them, and put a little bit of leaves there. You don't have to use those leaf vine. You can use these also, like putting this all around and kind of creating the cute what that called, that which stand in a field. And I didn't remember at this time, but those having those small statue kind of thing, you can create that with it. And if you want to use this kit further, you can use these small things to create a snowman also, like to put this and convert this kit into the Christmas kit, so you can use those to create the small snowman like this. So you can use these die cutouts and you can create that also. And while I'm making the card, I'll share with you more and more ideas with you. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. You can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest and Instagram, and you can subscribe to my channel if you like my videos, and always watch the unboxing videos because I mostly share the lots of fun ideas in that video too. Right now I'm working with LF from Lazy Kit, so it's gonna take me a little bit time to work on this kit, but I hope you will see the playlist below and you can get some kind of ideas to make your cards, and you can start with this kit. If you want to share your project, just tag me on Instagram or put your photo on my Facebook page. I love to see what you guys are making with me. And until I started with this kit, bye bye.